What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Will from Will's Wrestling Corner here again with a brand new video. Now, tomorrow is actually AEW's next major, if you want to call it major, event called Grand Slam Australia. Now, I completely forgot that the show was this Saturday until Dynamite, which is crazy to think about. But, I think it was supposed to be a pay per view and then it turned into a TV event. So there are 5 matches confirmed for the card that I know. Um, but there's also a kickoff show that they're calling Global Wars Australia. So I'm not going to talk about Global Wars because I don't know shit about the matches, considering the fact that most, if not all of them, are Ring of Honor, and I cannot be asked about Ring of Honor. I guess if I were to do quick predictions, I'm going to say Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara beat MXM Collection. Athena is like the fucking Roman Reigns of AEW. She's going to hold that Ring of Honor women's belt for a while. She's going to beat whoever the fuck this lady is, Alex Windsor. And the Learning Tree versus Bandito and the Outrunners. I'm going to give it to Bandito and the Outrunners, and that could probably give Bandito a shot at the Ring of Honor World Championship sooner rather than later. Then we got Lee Moriarty versus what's his face. I'm not even going to try to read his name. I'm going to say Lee Moriarty retains. Nothing important going on in this pre-show at all. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the main card. Obviously, we're going to go through the matches one by one. We're going to give our thoughts on the matches as well as what could potentially happen in the future regarding all of these feuds. So we are going to I'm playing with the layouts here. Nope, that's not anything. We're keeping it like this. I guess we're going to start off with this match. Mercedes Moné will defend the TBS championship against Harley Cameron. Don't get me wrong, I see a lot of people really enjoy what Harley Cameron is doing in AEW. I've seen a lot of clips of her with like a Mercedes Moné ventriloquist dummy or something like that. A lot of very good reactions. Harley Cameron is super over in AEW. And a lot of people I've seen are vouching for Mercedes Moné to lose the TBS championship to Harley Cameron. But in the legendary words of Wade Barrett, I'm afraid I've got some bad news, because as much as I think the crowd would go absolutely nuts if Harley Cameron dethrones Mercedes Moné, I don't know, man. I think they're going to wait until a perfect opponent for Mercedes Moné to lose that championship to. And this isn't me doing the whole creative control Banks bit either. This is me being like, I don't know if all parties involved will want Harley Cameron, of all people, to beat Mercedes Moné. But I honestly wouldn't complain if Harley Cameron dethrones Mercedes Moné. Not only would it get a very good pop, but Mercedes Moné has been holding that TBS championship hostage. She's no longer like hypeable as a champion, if that's even a fucking word. She doesn't make the belt feel important in a sense. But I'm gonna go with my gut and not my heart. I'm going to say Mercedes Moné and still AEW TBS champion. Next, we go on to, I'm gonna go from the order of this list here. The Brisbane Brawl. Immediately following NBA All-Star Saturday night, coast to coast. We got the Death Riders, the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Cope Yay! Obviously, this is in the build-up to Cope versus John Moxley for the AEW World Title at Revolution, but this is when you really really, this is supposed to be a big deal event outside of the UK and North America. It and you put your world champion in a tag team match. What I thought this was going to be, I thought it was going to be a triple threat where John Moxley took on Cope and Jay White. Or I thought it was just going to be Mox and Jay White. Because if this is going to be a big event, wouldn't you want your world champion to defend his belt on said big event? Which really makes me think that this was originally supposed to be a pay-per-view. And then the bad ticket sales and changing venues and everything like that, I think it was just, oh, yeah, we're going to make it a TV event. But according to Tony Khan, it was always supposed to be a TV event. The Warner Brothers wanted it. No, I don't believe it. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. In terms of the match, could really go either way, to be quite honest. And why I say that is they can do shenanigans and they can have the Death Riders beat Cope and Jay White because Wheeler Yuta, Marina Shafir, and Pac could get involved and stuff like that. But honestly, since they're doing this, I think Cope and Jay White are going to win. Not only would it give Cope a hell of a lot of momentum heading in to Revolution, where he's going to face John Moxley for the AEW Championship. But because I also think that since the Guns are back in AEW, I think the Guns are going to even the odds for Cope and Jay White. And also possibly Undisputed Kingdom and Daniel Garcia in 2.0. Like, they're really going to play this Death Riders versus AEW to death. And I think because of that, and because they're going to want Cope to have momentum, because spoiler alert, I think Mox is retaining at Revolution. I think it's obvious. I think Cope and Jay White are going to get the win in the Brisbane Brawl, brother. Next, for the AEW Continental Championship, we have Kazuchika Okada, the man who's been champion forever, and I really hope he fucking loses it, because honestly, I don't want to wait until August for Kenny Omega to beat him. He will be defending the title against former member of the House of Black, now known as the Hounds of Hell. We got the ever so talented Buddy Matthews. Now, listen, I love the fact that Buddy Matthews is getting this single spot. I've always been a fan of Buddy Matthews, even during his time in WWE as Buddy Murphy. I've always loved Buddy Matthews. Him getting a big singles championship match, even if it's on a TV special, I think it's still very, very sick. However, if you heard my little ramble when I first got into this match, I think Kazuchika Okada easily has this in the bag, because I was gonna save this until the tag match, but I think it's obvious that they're going to do Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada for the Continental Championship at All In Texas. That's what I think they're going to do, and they're gonna drag out Kazuchika Okada's reign until then, which is unfortunate because Buddy could very well be a very good singles champion. He's had quite a handful of singles title matches in his AEW career, never, ever getting the better of it. And I think Buddy Matthews deserves it. But if they want to do Omega and Okada at All In, they're going to make this reign last its course until August, which I think is unfortunate. But what the hell are you going to do? So, and still, my prediction, AEW Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada. Next, for the AEW Women's World Championship, we got Mariah May defending the championship against timeless Tony Storm. Now, out of all of the feuds, besides maybe the tag match that they've put the most hype and most build in this event towards, stop fucking vibrating. It's this match. They are making this match feel like a very big deal, and they should. This is like the student becomes the master, and now the master wants to come back to beat the student. I think this is a build very well done, and I think this match should be the main event. This match should be closing the show because these two ladies are going to kill it. These two ladies are amazing in AEW. And this match out of all of them is probably the least predictable because it can go either way. You could have Mariah go 2-0 against Tony and solidify her as the next true face of AEW, or you can have Tony Storm win back the AEW Women's Championship. I think then she'd be a 4-time AEW Women's Champion and get that redemption win against Mariah May. Now, like I said, this could go either way, and I'm honestly expecting to be wrong with this, but if this match main events, I can easily see Tony Storm reclaiming that AEW Women's Championship. And the way Tony Storm has improved on the mic and the way her gimmick has been handled during this build is amazing. And I think they need to reward her by winning that championship again. Now, I think Mariah will be fine after this loss. Honestly, I could see this being a trilogy. And whether we see them run this match back at Revolution, Double or Nothing, All In, Full Gear, something like that, I think they're going to run that match back. But honestly, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say, and new AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Tony Storm. And now the final match we're going to be talking about, Restore the Feeling. We got Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega teaming up to take on the Don Callis families, Kyle Fletcher, and the reigning AEW International Champion, Konosuke Takeshita. Now, this is another thing where I'm like, why don't you just have the champ defend the belt? Like, honestly, even if you have to do Takeshita Ospreay, there's still a champion that can defend his belt. Like, what's up with the tag matches and the feud title matches? It doesn't make sense. Anyways, now this build has been solid. I won't say it's been the best. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this match actually kicks off AEW Grand Slam Australia. I'm going to say Kenny Omega will get the victory. He will pin Konosuke Takeshita. And then afterward, we'll probably have Omega try to challenge Takeshita for the international title. And maybe Okada costs him or something like that. What Ospreay does after this, I don't even know. Honestly, I think Ospreay needs to move away from the Don Callis family. And I think if Darby Allin does not come back after climbing Mount Everest, I think All In, you should have Will Ospreay dethrone Jon Moxley. I'm going to say, I think Will Ospreay is going to be AEW World Champion by the end of the year. I think it's obvious. So I'm going to say Restore the Feeling. That's what I call the team of Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. I think they are going to beat the Don Callis family, and then whatever they do afterwards, they do afterwards. I don't see the Don Callis family winning this, and if they do, then honestly, I could see Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega running it back at Revolution or double or nothing. But ladies and gentlemen, that will have to conclude our predictions for AEW Grand Slam Australia. A very special show, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, how excited are you for AEW Grand Slam? Do you agree with my picks, or do you have your own? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, let me know your excitement level for AEW Grand Slam. What match you're looking forward to the most? What match are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the least? Let me know. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. And until next time, this has been your boy Will from Will's Wrestling Corner. I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.